if your theater has this movie, like in its lineup, see it. It's really good. Hey, guys.
Too quiet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm totally gonna talk really loud when there's a person right there. He thinks... Okay.
Well,
hey, guys. We got another episode of Ticket Tuesday. We just watched Licorice Pizza by Paul Thomas Anderson, I believe. Right? Paul Thomas Anderson. And it was really good. And it was really funny, enjoyable. You don't like good,
and
so
the video
enjoyable.
is too fucking dark, and also
and the video is too dark, so it doesn't matter.
But the film is a sad thing for.
This is fate that brought us together.
But she's lived it 10 times or more.
Our roads took us here.
She could spit in the eyes of fools.
You're not my director.
They ask her to focus on.
Do you really want to see my boobs?
Can I touch them?
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ticket Tuesday. We just got back from watching Paul Thomas Anderson's new film, Licorice Pizza, which is set in the early 1970s. And it really shows by the way it looks, by the way it's filmed, in my opinion at least, and by the way it sounds too, especially with the soundtrack and everything. It had a lot of great 70s music. It had Doors, it had Bowie. What else did it have? I know it had other stuff like that. It had other stuff than Doors and Bowie. What else did it have? Just good 70s music, alright? I don't remember the specific names of the bands or whatever. I just know that the Doors and Bowie was in it. But, not in it physically, obviously, but, soundtrack, you get it. But basically, the soundtrack was really good. The soundtrack was really good. And, honestly, I thought the movie was really, I think it was pretty funny, honestly. And I think, my personal standout roles in the movie was, the standout roles of the movie was, Bradley Cooper as, John Steve, I think his name was?
Peters.
John Peters, I was close. John Peters. He was a real person, or is a real person, he's still alive. And, Bradley Cooper was a really good casting, because he looks exactly like he did back in the 1970s. So they did really good casting, even, like, down to the costume and all. So, like, they did good. He was, like, the reason, he wasn't even in it for that long, but he was such a standout role because of how he played the character. Like, he was really funny. You know, he was really funny, first of all. And it's just, like, he wasn't like the other characters, you know? He was crazy. He was, like, really insane. Like, I really liked it. I just really liked his role. Like, you gotta see the movie to get it, alright? I think a lot of the things is, like, the things I'm gonna talk about, you gotta see the movie to get why the movie is so good. Like, the whole sequence when Bradley Cooper is in the movie and when he's out of the movie is the best sequence in the entire film, is when he's in and out of the movie. That's the best sequence. Like, from them getting the waterbed and setting up in his house to the gas part. Because actually, it's based off a real event that happened in the 1970s where there was a gas shortage, and there was just lines of cars that had no gas, right? And it's interesting. It's a really interesting event back then. I've never really heard of it, but it happened. And Bradley Cooper was just great. He was really funny, and he was... The whole part with him that was, like, kind of not centered around him, but he was a, like, main part of that segment. Also, I kind of got a feeling about the movie that if they did it differently, they could have this movie, you could take certain scenes from the movie, like, certain segments, and split them into, like, parts, like, little chunks, and put them in, like, a show or something, like an anthology thing. That's what I get the feeling is, like, some of the segments of the show, movie, so segments from the movie. I don't know, it might just be me, but that's what I feel for it, because it kind of has, like, I don't know, I guess it just progresses, but, yeah. The two main characters were also quite a standout, and, the girl, in the movie and in real life, her name was Alana, and this was her first role, right? This is her,
I can't look it up, but I think so.
I think, to our knowledge, it is her
It's the first thing we've ever seen her in.
It's the first thing we've ever seen her in, and she was really good in it. She was a pretty good actress, and if this was her first role, bravo. You did good. You done good. But, And the guy was good, too. Who's he the son of?
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. He was the son to Philip Seymour Hoffman. And he plays a 15-year-old in the movie. But he's 18 in real life. So not that far off.
Something like that.
Some around like that, those lines. Yes. But basically, getting back to the movie. I just really enjoyed this movie, and I feel like to really understand why I like it, you'd have to go see it. Or maybe you wouldn't understand why I like it, because, I mean, I think a lot of people, I would think people would like this movie, I don't know. I feel like, you should go see this movie, if you can. Like, it's pretty fast-paced, actually. Like, the beginning of the movie, there's no intro, it just gets right to it. Yeah, it's like, there's a lot of shit going on in this movie. There's, like, a bunch of hijinks that go on. Like, he's an actor at one point, and then he owns a waterbed business through, like, a good segment of the movie, and then at the end of the movie, he owns a pinball arcade, which is pretty rockin', I will admit. Honestly, it made me feel good, because it was, like, uplifted a little bit. I feel like it uplifted, because it's kind of like a coming-of-age story, wouldn't you say? It's a bit of a coming-of-age story. It's definitely a love story. That's, like, the whole movie. As the movie, like, switches through mini-plots, the main plot is the love story between our two main characters, Alana and Gary. Gary Valentine. That's a good name. I like his name. However, this movie does not make me want to fall in love with a 25-year-old girl next year. So, there's that. Also, guys, I got a question for you to close off this episode. Do you like peanut butter sandwiches? Put it down in the comments. I want to know. So, I would rate this movie an 8 out of 10. Now, I know I've been giving movies a lot of 8 out of 10s, but that's because we've been seeing a lot of good movies, you know? This movie does make me want to see more of Paul Thomas Anderson. See more of Paul Thomas Anderson's work. I would really like to see more of it, because this movie was really enjoyable, and I would think I would like his other movies if they were just as well made and well written as this, which I bet they are. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming along. Hope you enjoyed this video. But actually, what I actually meant to say is, I hope you guys hated this video. Unsubscribe, dislike, and tell me how much you hate me in the comments. I've been Run on Time HD. Oh, shit. Also, don't forget to tell me about those peanut butter sandwiches. Ah, fuck! Okay, I did the same mistake.
You're like, BAM! Alright, you ready?
Yeah, okay.